What is up, my triggers? Eccentric Hat here, and Rachel's back again.
Yay! You need to find more guests for this, man.
Yeah, right, maybe one day.
You can branch out.
Yeah, anyway, the point is that I was going to talk about marriage, right? What do you think about weddings?
Me personally?
Well, yeah. Well, you're the only fucking guest here. What? No. What does the lamp think about weddings, Rachel? That's who I wanted to ask. Don't make a joke about it. Just answer the fucking question, right? We don't have time.
Okay.
Right, see, when I was in college, we talked about why it's sexist for a man to take a woman down the aisle, right? Like, and give her away, giving her away like she's property. Like, I want to talk about marriage. Do you think that marriage as an institution is a sexist thing?
Not personally, no.
Okay.
Do you want to know why? Alright,
Rachel, I don't care why, to be perfectly honest. I don't care about anything that you think about. But I have been told that if I don't give you a certain number of airtime, people are going to come and kick the shit out of me. Okay?
Thank you, viewers.
I'm a very sexist fuck, and I need to listen to you. Right, go on then. I'll sit here enraptured, positively astounded by the revelry that you will bring forth. Go on, Rachel. Tell us what you've thought. Go on. Have you got opinions? Have you so adorable? You've thought, right? Okay.
You're gonna die, mate.
I'm actually going to be. This is a suicide letter, isn't it? Because people are going to come and kick the fuck out of me for having said all this to a woman. That's the thing, right? See, my viewers are meant to be people who are not in any way like protective of women because they know that whole idea that we need to protect women because women are delicate flowers, that's quite a sexist thing, right? But even when I wind you up, joking, that I don't care about you, I still get told that I'm a fucking tit.
It's sweet, but oh.
You don't mind.
I know, but I don't want to kill you, right? Or kick your arse, really. So be
Thanks,
nice
man.
to him, right? He's not that bad, really.
Thanks. Right, go on
Okay.
then, tell me.
See, I don't believe marriage is sexist because basically men don't really need to get married. I mean, they're more... Okay, hear me out, right? They're more prone to... I don't want to have a go at them, but they're more prone to kind of shag around, if you get what I mean.
Can you, like, put that in American terms just in case there's anybody that
Oh, I
doesn't?
apologise, Americans. They're more willing... They're more likely to have one-night stands
Yeah.
with girls.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Or guys.
oh,
right?
So we're back in the 1950s, are we?
I was thinking more 1920s, but sure, mate, whatever suits you.
How dare you? How dare you imply that men are more likely to have one night stands with women and are not happily having one night stands in the barracks with each other? How dare you?
So guys are more likely to have one night stands. They're not as likely to want commitment. But the reason that marriage exists is because women want men around to protect them instead of having sex and then running off.
That's really interesting. So basically what you're saying is that marriage is the opposite of some kind of ancient patriarchal sexist ritual to bind women to you as your property. You're saying it's actually a way of pinning men down.
Yeah.
Right, the thing is that men are always the one trying to avoid commitment, aren't they, stereotypically?
Yeah, it's always like, whoa, why is he not why has he not got you a ring yet? Why are you not engaged yet? And
I always kind of thought it didn't make sense that feminists say that marriage is this patriarchal structure, and yet women are going, when am I getting married? When am I getting married? See,
yeah.
Let's start, I believe, as you do, I believe just the same, that marriage is actually the opposite. It's a way of making men honourable. And hold up their end of the responsibility. Basically, right, I'm going to go back to ye olde times, okay, and talk about when
like 2007 or something?
Yeah, when women were delicate flowers and men were gentlemen, right? Imagine.
Speaking of, when are you going to propose to me?
Shut the fuck up, man.
Right.
Imagine back in the day, right? This is before stuff like paternity tests. Right, and government intervention, and basically the welfare state, right?
Back in the days where women had supervisor people.
Right, so imagine that you're a woman in the 1870s, and for just for talking sake, we're going to say that you're a Southern belle, okay, and you are 17, right?
Oh.
And you're like, Papa, there's Billy John down the road, and I want to get married to him. Oh, Papa. And basically your dad, his job is to make sure that Billy John doesn't fuck you and run off. Okay? Here's the issue. He wants to have sex. You want to have sex because you're 17, right? And I don't know, maybe you've seen like a penis on a horse or something like that, and it's inspired all these satanic thoughts about maybe Billy John has a penis like the horse, and maybe Billy John would put his penis in your southern vagina. Okay? So you are wanting sex, he is wanting sex, and your papa knows that
That's what he wants.
he might leave you. So what he does is he says, I am not letting my daughter have sex with this man until he promises in front of me and the entire town.
And God.
And God, right? Who back in the day was apparently a big character. I'm not letting her have sex with him until he promises that he is going to stick with her through thick and thin and fat and old and all the other worst things that could possibly happen to her.
Yeah.
Right? So, what do men do? I mean, like, talk me through the proposing thing. How does that go down?
Well, they go out and buy a ring, they get terrified, and then they go down on a knee and then propose.
Yeah, but think about that for a second. Who else do you go down on one knee for?
The Queen.
Yeah. Like, your betters. Do you go down on one knee for your servants? Do you go down on one knee for the people beneath you? Do you go down on one knee for your employers or your employees?
No.
Like, why would you go down on one knee for anybody who is beneath you? You don't. Men, the ring is made of gold, right? It's basically wealth.
Yep.
You go down on one knee before your better, and you pledge her wealth. You say to her, I have worked hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, weeks and weeks and weeks, to afford enough money to be able to buy this gold. And I pledge it to you that I will be prepared to work like this for the rest of my life. And here is proof of my abilities, of what I can earn.
Yeah.
So from the start, from the proposal, it is a very humble, it's a humbling experience where you have to, and nowadays it's expected that you do it in front of everybody as well, that you do it in front of the whole restaurant, or maybe you get the band like leader to stop the concert and say, oh, Derek wants to propose to Jill, isn't that sweet?
Yeah, but the thing is, don't feminists complain and say, you're putting her under pressure.
Yeah, but don't women also complain if he doesn't do that? If he just kind of goes like, do you maybe want to get married or something? What would you prefer? Would you prefer he went all out and made it like a big firework display proposal that put you under pressure, or would you prefer he just kind of ad-libbed it?
See, I'm the type of person that wants it in between, like...
Oh, do you now?
Right, shut up. Right, as in, down on one knee, maybe ourselves, but still proper.
You want traditional?
Yeah, and maybe he asked my dad, maybe.
Yeah, again, it's one of those things. Do you know why he asked his dad? Just like we were talking about. Because Papa! It's Papa who's going to step in to save your ass. Yeah. Right? Papa is making sure that you don't get fucked. Excuse the pun. Yeah. Okay? He's making sure that you don't end up pregnant and having to deal with a baby that you have no support for.
Yeah.
So the whole point is... See, right, here's an interesting thing. Women who have a child out of wedlock, it used to be, I mean it still is to some extent, but it used to be enormously controversial, right?
Yeah.
And she would get called all kinds of names.
And the child, for the rest of their life, would get nowhere, man.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the word bastard itself simply means a child out of wedlock, but it's become a swear word. So, a woman who had a child out of wedlock would be a whore and a bitch and a stupid woman, and she would have to be shamed by the town. And particularly, it would be other women who would shame her. Why would other women shame her? What is it they're trying to get across to young ladies?
Basically, don't give it away for free what you can get for money, I guess. If you're not like prostitution, but as in, you can get a home and a husband and money and that kind of you can get.
Well, yeah. Why is it like, you know how the feminists always say, why is it that a woman is a whore and a slut when she has sex with a lot of men, but a man is a player when he has sex with a lot of women? Why? And to be honest, I argue that the male equivalent of a whore and a slut is called a womanizer. But they ask basically, why is there a taboo about a woman having a lot of sex? And the reason is because when a woman has a lot of sex, she gives men the idea that sex should be cheap and easy.
Yeah, they shouldn't have to commit to get it.
Exactly. A woman, look, see sex, right? It is worth a house. It is worth a diamond ring. It is worth a pledge of support for the rest of your life. If you're giving that $1 million prize away, if you're giving that $1 million prize away for free, then you are being silly. Yeah, and that's what other women feel. That's what those words, whore and slut, that's what they're about. They're about women saying, what are you doing, Nancy? You're trying
giving them ideas.
You're suggesting to the men, you're giving them ideas above their station. You're giving them the idea that they don't have to get down on one knee and they don't have to pledge an eternity of servitude to me. What the fuck are you doing, you mad whore? Right, so here's another thing. You give her away, right? They suggest that is about ownership.
Yeah.
I think the opposite. I think what giving her away is basically when the father finally says, I am no longer responsible for her, this man is, right? Yeah. Now, the reason the mother doesn't give the man away is because when the man basically hits, 16, he's responsible for himself, right? Giving the daughter away is essentially him saying, I have been responsible for her up until right now, this moment. And from now on, you're responsible for her. I'm making it known in front of everybody who's responsible for her, who we're going to kill if something happens to her.
Yeah, it's like God's watching.
Yeah. Like, essentially the whole marriage thing, the whole, get down on one knee, pledge gold, pledge your life to her, and then have all your friends and family and God come and watch you promise that you will stick with her no matter what for the rest of your life, and only then may you finally get the pussy, right? You've got to admit that seems to be in women's favour rather than men's, because, no offence, Rachel, and I mean this in the nicest way, but when push comes to shove, women need men more than men need women, right? We both need each other. I'm talking about on an individual basis. I'm not talking about for the future.
Yeah, but
I'm not talking about kids. I'm not talking about kids.
No, but who's going to make you your sandwiches and like clean your houses and like I don't know, cuddle yous?
Like, no, right, okay, fair enough. Maybe it's on an equal basis. But
I mean, yeah, you guys open the jars and
if it came down to like survive apocalypse, right? If we had, some kind of game show where it was 20 men put on an island and 20 women put on an island, I'm actually sure this game show exists somewhere, and it was basically about, let's see what the men's team have done today. Oh, they've created civilization. Let's see what they've bitched about each other's hair.
Do you know what would happen, right? The men would build stuff and then they'd give it to the women.
Yeah. Actually, I'm pretty sure that happened somewhere on a television show, that there was some kind of idea along this where they put women and men on an island, and then the women ended up complaining, and so they sent over some men.
Do you know? Yeah, people say, "Oh, who would win in a fight, a war?" We all know who would win.
Who would win in a war? Who says that?
Like, no, it's that.
Well, and they say kill all men, but
okay, say that. But people have said, who would win if both of the sexes had a big fight, right? Who would win?
Sorry, do you mean like if they just went fisticuffs, or are you talking about with weapons and stuff?
I mean, either or, the women are going to win. We'd greet and you'd all crumble.
Well, that's basically women have a secret weapon.
We'd cry and you'd all be like, oh,
women have a secret weapon, which is they would look vulnerable, and men would just throw down the guns and are like, what am I doing?
It's like, it's okay, don't worry about it.
Yeah, but feminists have asked that question a lot. Why is it that women get called whores and sluts? And the reason is that they are undervaluing something that all women possess. They are undervaluing women's power over sex.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, when it comes to, like, see if it came down to survive apocalypse, men could outlive women, okay?
They'd feel like shit.
Yeah, they wouldn't be happy. There would be a lot of lonely nights with Captain Handy, but they could outlive women, okay? Yeah. Because they're faster, stronger, better looking. They're just all-round superior. But the point is that they need women. Yeah. And so women said, yeah, well, do you know what? You need me for the poontang, and I need you for everything else. So I tell you what, we'll make a swap. If you give me everything else, if you give me a home and money and a life of servitude and civilization, and you share everything with me, I'll occasionally lick your penis. Okay? That's the deal that I'm prepared to make. And men said, yeah, sure, why not? And every father made sure that happened. The reason that fathers basically locked up their daughters and made sure that the man came to him and pledged his continued provision, and that he went out and proved that he was willing to provide for her by buying her a ring, and that he got down on one knee to his better and promised to her, and then he came before the whole town and made a pledge that nobody could deny. Only then did he get sex. The reason is because men want sex, women want sex, and men might not have stuck around after that, and women needed them to. Yeah. So rather beautifully, I think the human race created marriage, which is a way of making men promise to look after women.
Yeah.
So those are our opinions on marriage. You agree, Rachel? Yeah. Is that your opinion? Am I letting you have your opinion, or am?
Yeah, I agree. I think that's basically it.
Yeah. Oh, you make it sound so sincere that was your opinion. Yeah, whatever. I think that's basically it.
What do you want me to go on?
I want you to get down on one knee and pledge to me that was absolutely your opinion and that I didn't put words into your mouth. Anyway,
you're such a woman, man.
I know, right? Leave us a comment to tell us what your opinion is, and leave a like if you enjoyed and tell us why you enjoyed it, or leave a comment to tell us why you didn't enjoy it. And we'll be back again soon. Thanks very much for doing this, Rachel.
No worries, anytime.
Okay, see you later. Bye.
Bye.